Hi, my name is Dustin with TechMD. Today we're going to be repairing a Galaxy 4 Active. Okay, if the touchscreen doesn't work, that's fine. Usually the LCD still works. You can't replace the digitizer on this because of how it's designed. You want to pull off the back here, pop off the battery, and we're going to start removing all the screws. If you're interested in becoming a tech, that's why we're making these videos, to show new techs on how to repair devices that are not so common. And our website is www.tech-md.com. That's TECH-MD.com. So we're just taking all the screws here. This is completely different than the S5 Active. In fact, the S5 Active is more like the Galaxy 5. So don't use this as a reference because this is different. And now that we've removed here all the screws, there's a couple hidden compartments that we got to pop off. So we're going to take a knife and get under these. Set them aside. We got more screws now. Same size, so no worries about organizing them. Okay, now that we get all the screws removed here, now we have to remove the plate around it. You can use your fingernail or a plastic tool. I'll just use my fingernail. Okay, that's removed. Now we're going to pop off the LCD cable. Charge dock here, and you can see the charge dock is pretty easy to replace. A few more steps and you have the charge dock replaced. And pop off the antenna carefully, those like to break. Those are pretty in there pretty well, so just pull pretty hard and they'll come right off. All right, now we have to remove the screen off the frame here. So set that aside. Pull out your homemade cookie sheet, so that way you can resist all the heat. Get your Wagner heat gun at 950 degrees, and let's start blasting. Hit the whole thing. Now these screens can be salvaged in China, so try not to break the LCD. And I'll show you how that's done. Nice circular motion. We're going to get it hot to the touch. Let's get the back hot. So use your new screen for an example of where you can go around. Take our gloves that are good for ovens. You can get them at Walmart for $15 as seen on TV. Just start picking and get underneath that adhesive. I'm going to try to salvage the old adhesive. Come around and slice down. Cracks are going to make it more difficult to get under there. And now that you've peeled up as much as you can, try to bend this up a little bit and twist out. Hopefully without breaking the LCD. So it's always good to recycle. I think maybe we have broke it, I don't know. Looks like I got under the backlight a little bit, possibly. Probably maybe broken, we'll see. Okay, so we can test that later. The adhesive is really finicky on this one. It's nearly impossible to replace the adhesive. So we're going to use Gorilla Glue on this one. Trying to put adhesive in those very small areas is near impossible. Actually, we can move everything off the side and get this glass off this pan. Okay, let's continue cleaning this. You guys are so quiet over there. What do you think? You like watching this?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah? Oh, if you do it enough times, it kind of gets boring. I've done this so many times. Lots of scrubbing and cleaning. You're going to use a rag from Costco, I recommend. Microfiber rag. Again, for about 35 cents each in bulk. Use some acetone and wipe your area. That way you have a nice clean area for the Gorilla Glue to stick on. Okay, now that we're done with that, highly recommend testing this before you're fully assembling it. Gorilla Glue likes to get on the plastic, so you have to remove that out of the way. Okay, so putting the Gorilla Glue on the actual frame would be more difficult, so we're just going to put it directly on the LCD itself for the front and top. Very thin coat, and this does ensure that you don't have to worry about expanding and breaking the screen. Just enough to get it shiny, that's about it. Remember, keep it nice and thin coat. Alright, let's get the sides here. Just very careful, don't get in the backlight. That would be bad. Okay, so now we have the frame completely glued. We're going to put this right in that hole there. Line up the speaker grill. Line up this. Careful not to snap it right on top or you'll just break your brand new display, and that would suck. And slowly press down to make sure you have a good seal. Sometimes this cable doesn't like to come through, so you're going to have to help it out. Really try to help it out here. Now it's coming down. Buttons feel good. Move all these cables out of the way, bend them up. Put your new or your motherboard back on, and we'll clip on the new display here in a second. By the way, I use the Gorilla Glue with that's good for glass and plastic. Make sure you close it up every time, or you're gonna have problems. You have to buy another one. So I'm just clipping on this antenna piece here now. It's always the funnest to clip on. Okay, this water seal thing came off here. I think it's part of the frame. Where's the frame? There we go. Sit in the frame like that. It's really easy to fall off, so be careful of that. You have to pull it out a little bit so that way you can close it up. Now we push it back in to the charge port hole. Okay, we're going to start with getting the outer screws here. Once you get the 4 outer screws, then you want to test it with the SIM cards in. Okay, so we got power there. And be careful, your screen is falling out at this moment, so you don't want to break it while putting the screws down. Okay, it's up and running. We got it unlocked here. Home button works. Back button works. Menu button works. And the touch seems to be working great. So we can go ahead and turn it off. So with all Gorilla Glue, it needs clamping pressure for 2 hours to ensure a good seal for the phone. You're going to put it flat down on its glass under 10 pounds of weight for about 2 hours. Samples like a case of water, that kind of thing. And so so the display won't fall out. We're going to tape down the display so that way the customer can get home. You can also offer the customer to do it here for them. It just takes additional 2 hours, but I tend to let the customer go so that way they can be on their way to doing whatever else. Okay, so I'll put the battery back in and the back carefully. Just clean it one more time here before we put the adhesive down. Okay, so we're going to get the double-sided red adhesive tape, and I gotta find my scissors here. So nice tight pressure on the screen, that way it holds it down for them. Always make sure you remind the customer if they have any lifting issues to have them call you immediately and not do a self-repair. It's really important. A lot of people think, oh, it's just lifting, I'll push it back down, and then they crack it. Don't have the customer do that, just tell them in advance. Want to tape down all the sides. That way it has that good sealing action. Make sure it's not spongy anywhere. If it is, tape it down. And that's it, Galaxy S4 active, guys. Once again, if you want to become a tech, go to our website at www.tech-md.com. This has been Dustin. Thank you.